right, it's been a couple of weeks. We've been off to Poland for Drift Masters and been settling in California, but we've been working on the wagon a little bit. We've actually been down at a little special shop with this man right here.
Yeah, brother.
Hello, Chris. How you going?
How are you?
How's things?
Hi, I'm Chris Forsberg.
First of all, thank you very much for letting me use your space.
No problem.
To work on the car and
you said you needed to fix a couple leaks, a front main seal, and a couple of really expanding your mechanical knowledge.
I thought the crank would just be perfect. Of course, something has to be wrong. So
yeah.
But the front main seal ain't too bad.
Yeah, we got the room for it, got the lift. It's nice. We're just big truck guys now, anyway. So
yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, we kind of gave up on cars. We put them all the cars in the corner, and we're just big time truck guys.
So many Nissans. You must like Nissans or something.
Everything here is Nissan, and even better, it's all Nissan powered Nissans, right?
It worked out well.
Except for that one, of course.
I forgot. It's actually been a little bit now between videos. I did go and ran in the new crank down at Albuquerque, New Mexico, Officer Dan's Snow Coast. Bash, which was sick, but I kind of just wanted to enjoy that event, so there was no camera involved. Anyway, we're here now.
Sometimes it's fun to just enjoy a weekend.
Sometimes you got it.
But then everybody wants to see it, so it's like you got it double duty.
It's like grid life as well, I'm sure you know. You just want to
grid life is tough to force the the camera out too, because we're just having so much fun, so much drive time.
And there's so much going on, and it's kind of tight deadlines between the sessions. I guess that leads into what we're doing next, which will be Grid Life Laguna Seca. It's in California, yeah.
Yeah, it's California. Yeah. It's a big state.
It is a very big state. It's like 6 hours.
It's almost as big as Australia.
Probably not, but I've just slowly been adding little love hearts of where all the tracks are as I go. It's insane. And then Australia is 5 tracks. Anyway, enough Australia versus US. So yeah, we got Grid Life Laguna Seca, which is an insane track. There's the viral clip of Matt Kaufman absolutely sending it over down the hill. It's a big track, and it's got heaps of elevation change and fun stuff. So the Barramundi's ready to go with its fresh crank. It's one thing I've been noticing, the elevation, even to the last event, I don't know what it's like at Laguna, but
Laguna's pretty sea level.
I need to double check.
It's not too high.
Because I had this tune in Connecticut and then in Kentucky and
no coast is high. Albuquerque's 6,000-7,000 feet.
I could tell straight away.
It was just
probably
a little
bit lazy.
15 horsepower.
Yeah. I need to get this thing retuned. We've got Garrett on board. They're going to throw us a turbo. And
big Garrett guys over here.
Hopefully some cool news coming, but we'll see.
Yeah, we got a couple things going on, but car's ready to go. Laguna this weekend. We don't really do customer work here. We are specifically do our own projects and then partner builds, things like that. But we had some space for you to bring your car in.
I guess we should quickly touch on obviously you being involved with trucks is obviously obviously a big drift guy, but
but
other program.
Off-road's always kind of gained my interest, and so we built this truck to take out in Class 7 the Nora 500s.
A loop race, 2 days, 250 miles each day.
In Baja, Mexico.
More like a rally style race.
Class 7 is essentially stock drivetrain, stock frame rails. We're maximizing the amount of travel that we can get out of the whole stock suspension and everything. Working with companies like Bilstein, get the best that we can as far as suspension. But and what we did, the whole idea and the goal was to build a truck, take it down, race it, and win, which we did last year.
Nice.
We're going back down to try and hold the trophy. But that turned into what is coming out in Q4 in a couple months, which is, this one's a little special version, but the Forsberg Racing Nissan Frontier. So it's a Nissan Frontier.
I have no
Forsberg
idea.
edition.
I was looking at that before. I was no idea what a Frontier is.
Yeah,
is that like a Navara? No.
So this truck is going to be available outside of the carbon bits. So like I said, sorry for the little extra flair, literally and figuratively. You'll be able to go to a Nissan dealership and get a Forsberg edition truck, which has the Bilstein suspension, the Nismo off-road wheels and tires, the roof rack, the rock rails, the exhaust, and a couple of little bits to have it be like a sub 10K warranty covered full package.
That's really cool.
Yeah, with the Yokohama tires and everything.
Kind of like an RTR style thing.
You could say
that's
that,
a full package.
So what Vaughn does with RTR is he built and developed the parts in-house, and he takes it to the dealerships and offers it through the dealership. What we did was we went straight from the top down with Nissan. So this is a package offered by Nissan, comes with a warranty. And so you can walk in with either a previously owned Frontier or a brand new one off the showroom, and they'll put the package right on
That's
it.
sick.
We worked with Nissan to have it fit within the guidelines so it can be covered by warranty.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, now we got all the boring four-wheel drive stuff out of the way.
I wasn't trying to do a sales pitch. I'm just telling you how we ended up here, and then how that turned into this.
Obviously, drifting main like campaign, like focus.
Yeah.
FD.
100%. Yeah.
For the last 500 years.
Yeah. I'm coming into my wizard status now. Turning 550 next week. So.
How many actual years?
In FD, this is my 21st season. So every season since day one. 2004 was the first season.
So cool.
Myself and Gucci are the only two drivers that have done every event.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And how long ago did like the four-wheel drive stuff come into it?
This was last year. About a year and like 2 or 3 months ago, this project came together. And so we built this truck, and it's like, it doesn't look like much from here, but like, you know, you can see all the fab work, right? And like all the pickup points, all the extra bracing.
That's wild.
And then so like it goes all through the frame into the cab. The whole body is solid mounted, and the whole thing is caged top to bottom all the way through the floors to the rails. All the safety equipment, the navigation. This is my screen, and then we have this is like, it's called a Stella, so this is like your push to pass and everything else to notify other drivers. We're gonna do a jumper seat in the back, which is pretty rad. Yeah. Full spiders in the roof and in the back. And then what we're doing now is we're relocating the fuel cell, like the full bed cage, you know, so we got 2 spares that go in there, jack mount right here. And yeah, so everything that we need will ride with us in the truck.
Nice.
And then, so back here we have our like little fab space.
Little fab table, bunch of, you know, metal equipment.
It's handy. I mean, you've got all the bare minimum essentials, really.
Yeah.
I'm sure my boys would definitely be jealous of all this. We've probably got the only thing that we've got out of here would be angle grinder, I reckon.
Yeah.
Before we move on to these beasts inside the showroom and the 1,000 trophies,
Like, I wanted to have like a kind of cool display with all the partners and products that we actually use. So it kind of looks like an auto parts store. It's not just
Bunch of ugly banners all over the
walls. It's like these are
like
the actual products that we use. You know, like the Steelite, the cannon filters, and batteries.
It's neat. The Optima,
Of course. And our NOS fridge, which you guys have been chewing on, I can see. Yeah, we got some of the guys working. It's been a little busy in here the past couple days. But so this is like a little
trophy wall.
Yeah, the trophy wall.
We got the championship trophies out there.
The big ones.
All the big silver
silver cups. Yeah, I got 8 of those. A bunch of like the random ones over here too, which is kind of fun. This is one of my actual most prized ones. This one here. This is my IDC second place.
Sick. Nice.
That was like 2014. I got invited over, and this was during the whole age of only the Irishmen have ever won IDC, and I got all the way to the finals. I got through McKeever and a couple other drivers. McKeever was a champion that year. I ran with him, a couple other guys, and then I get to the finals, or like I'm finishing the semifinal battle. I win, and the engine seizes in the car.
And I was lined up to run James in the finals. So James got a buy run for the win.
And I took second place.
There's nothing worse than that, I swear.
Look at the Irish, huh?
He just seized up and died.
Dang.
Yeah, so a little kitchenette set up in here because we actually have a lot of the guys coming through when we have these like big builds. Set them up so that
Stay here for a few days, right? So we got the full kitchen area, got
full bathroom, full shower.
So you got the backup driver as well, just chilling there.
Never need a spare. Yeah, this is like our little spare parts room. So just all the extra stuff from over the years, like parts coming off or things that you
Never ends up.
I mean, like you'll sometimes buy something you end up not needing, and it's like, well, put it on the shelf. We'll use it for another project in the future. So
that's always good. Always comes in handy.
A couple extra turbos, a bunch of random springs, alternators.
and like that's like our little cannon filter supply. A bunch of old BCs that we've like used to test fit and mock up for things.
Moving this way, we even got full laundry service. This is one of the old apartment room build outs.
That's cool. The old race suits.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia.
Yeah. And then
just more parts.
This
is like basically all the truck stuff. Kind of came together. This used to be
an apartment as well. So we had 2 full rooms, but
once we started doing the off-road, we needed to put all of our spares somewhere.
Makes sense.
That turned into this room.
And that's when you're in the doghouse as well with the missus.
Exactly. Yeah. There's still a bed in there. we put the new guy in that room. And then just some more extra stuff
up there. Got an entire Corvette up there.
It's big enough for what we got going on, right? Especially since, like I said, we aren't doing customer work, so we don't have like a whole bunch of in and out happening.
It's basically just our projects, our trucks, our vehicles. Then we got the race trailer out back, a couple other projects out here. So it's cool. Like there's not too often you can have a lot in California.
Definitely a good little spot.
Works out quite
Especially to
well.
have in this area. Everything is at your fingertips, really. It seems that way. Anyway, let's get to the juicy bits.
Yeah.
The driftmobiles. So what do we got?
This is the Altimaniac. It is our absolute prized possession.
Best car ever.
Full tube chassis, CAD design drift car, 4-seater, capable of 2,000 horsepower. We have it sitting around 1,300 because it's even at 13, which is the power level we were on our Pro car at. So the maps and everything in between the two cars are so similar. It will still put like 10 car lengths down on this car.
That's crazy.
On like a grid light front straight, because with the extra passengers in the back seat, it is just
planted.
Dead hooked, gripped up, and just
so
pulling.
good.
So like, yeah, we could turn the power up and blow the tires off. I'm like, no, it's actually kind of cool that it like hooks up and speeds up. You snap it sideways, it blows the tires off, no problem. But like when you get it like under 10 degrees, it wants to grip up.
Well, I'd hope you'd blow the tires out with 1,300 horsepower.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know if you, so did you mention it's the VQ?
No, it's a VR38.
VR, sorry.
So it's a GTR motor, full custom suspension. We went with the AA arm setup to keep everything kind of within the wheel wells, just because I wanted it all to be compact. I didn't want to have a big strut tower up here.
Like, what did you base it off? Like, how'd you figure out what you wanted to do there?
Why you gotta ask questions?
Sorry.
No, it's mostly based off of Corvette. Picked that specifically because Park Shop had the data, because they put a lot of effort into building the suspension for that chassis. So they had all the CAD work for that.
Makes sense.
It also was, like I said, the tightest visual package to have be a tube frame car. I just really like the way it looks. And we have the entire engine behind the front axle.
Yep.
So it's more of like a mid-front engine.
Yeah, she far back, all the way back.
And when you look inside, you can see that it is, like I was saying, full tube chassis. The only thing left that's stock is basically this. I mean, you can hear how thin that is. It's just this outer layer. Like if you look inside, it's all hogged out for the tubes to fit inside of it.
Yep, I see.
Yeah, it's just very
that's
open.
literally it. It's like kind of just that and the roof you're saying.
See how this tube is rolled up into the frame?
Okay.
Yeah,
She's tight.
super tight. Yeah, so plenty of space, plenty of room.
Slam the seats on the ground. Obviously, slam the car on the ground.
Yep.
All
so
about it. All about it.
Absolutely, just
And
sitting.
so the base of the car is an Altima. That's right. Like
Yes. Yeah,
the
Nissan
body,
Altima.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so like all that's left of it is basically like this, you know, what holds the doors on.
Yeah.
Essentially. Everything else, the floor, obviously all the bulkheads is all just replaced with tubes and plate. Everything is just being cut and modded and plated. And when you get up into the front, even like this is like my little like footwell pocket, right? So like the pedals are like
crazy.
down in here and like my feet are like right up in there, like next
insane.
to the motor.
Definitely cool. So how long did this take to build?
Concept to delivery was like a little over a year, but from when we first started like moving on the project, I would say a total of like 6 to 7 months. Like the first cut that we did on the chassis to it being done and running was like 2.5 months, you know. And so then once like the whole pile of tubes came and we had an Altima shell, I was like, all right, let's blow this thing in half.
For sure.
But like what's cool is like there's no subframes, there's no extra bits. The actual suspension mounts go right to the frame rails, and the frame rails are not box tube. They're 4 plates that are all keyed together and welded.
Damn.
So like when you look over on this side, this is the back side of the suspension mount.
Yeah.
It slides all the way through, gets welded on all 4 sides. Like everything was just very well thought out. They basically just like took the outer skin of the chassis and they just built the cage up into the extremes of it. And then this is just the FD car.
Yeah, just the
FD
just
car.
the FD. Yeah.
But you can see it's very similar engine package.
And you said the power you're pushing out of this?
1,000 to the ground plus almost 200 shot of nitrous on top.
So they have nitrous to like spool aid or just on top?
A little bit of both, depending.
All the nice.
Yeah. So when
it's got secrets.
it does it to spool, but then when we're at high elevation, we run it out.
Okay.
So shredder, I love it. It's the best FD car we've ever had.
So much translates. How many years have you done in this chassis? This chassis has only been out.
This is our 3rd season.
Okay.
Yeah,
and much translate over from the
very similar. My 370, the oil tank for the dry sump was behind the passenger seat. Now it's in front of the passenger seat. Fuel cell is now behind the passenger seat, whereas it used to be center between the rear axle. Yeah, and then this one up here, it was a 30-year-old barn find that I kind of came across. These guys that knew I like Datsuns, they're like, there's this beautiful 1975 280Z sitting in a barn for literally 30 years. The license plate still has like a 1992 sticker on it or something. Basically stripped it down, and we did the entire Techno Toy suspension swap on it. Ice blasted the whole frame, took it down to the primer, recoated the whole underside with Steelite, and then we put the whole Techno Toy tuning suspension in it. So it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Very clean.
Adjustable stuff. Yeah, you should check out the back. It's even.
And so obviously you got plans for this thing?
Yeah, so we're gonna build the motor on it, just get it back together, and it's just one of those assets that, you know, we want to have in store. I wanted to build it a little differently than how I built Gold Leader, which has like the G-nose, the wide body and everything else. So this one I want to have more of like the stock look to it. So we have, you know, 2 different style Datsuns because we do a lot of, you know, shows and events with Nissan and other, you know, Z partners, and so.
And then this one here, is that?
That's our old road race car. I mean, I say old, it's still very good. We just haven't run it in about a year. We just haven't had the extra funding to run it. But Brian Highcotter used to drive this car in GLT-C. We call it the GLT-Z, right? So Grid Life Touring Cup.
Okay.
It's like the Grid Life Touring Z. Q-powered, all the suspension, all the bits, like adjustable sway bars and like titanium exhaust. It's got a dog box in it. Just a lot of really nifty stuff to make it cool. We actually, within our first year, we went out and we won one of the weekends. So
nice.
We went like first, second, first, I think, overall in the races, and yeah, took the win.
I forgot to ask, what box is in this one?
6XD.
Okay, that's the sequential, yeah.
6XD is the manufacturer.
Okay.
So it utilizes G-force internals, like the gears and components themselves, but
that's
the
why
whole billet case.
Because I saw them. They had it at their shop, so I was like, okay, just assumed.
Yeah, they like kind of work together. A little in conjunction with each other, but that whole case was designed outside of G-force, if you will.
There you go.
Yeah,
nice.
Box.
So that's all the rigs, or most of.
That's basically the most of them. We got a special project out there. Stop looking.
Secrets.
Stop looking. Yeah. I mean,
so that's the old car there. I don't know if we can look at that or what. Is it still going?
Sure it is. So this is my old 370Z. We won 2 championships with this car. It had 10 seasons on it.
Damn.
So, yeah, 10 years. Almost 11, I think. Yeah, so this is the car that we ran last before switching to the new Z. So it's, you know, it's a little taken apart at the moment, but we're actually going to rebuild it under the hood.
Oh, nice.
Nope. But yeah, we're working on rebuilding it to put in the Nissan Museum, actually. Yeah, so Nissan has like a little museum that's based out of Tennessee.
Okay.
And so we want to take it back to the look that it had when it won the championship and put it on display out there. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so we're just kind of hold on to it for now.
More barn finds.
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah, yeah. So that's a later build.
Yeah.
So it might need paint. Don't worry about it. And then yeah, my Nissan Patrol, right-hand drive. Yeah, this one's gonna get a
Millennium Jade. Millennium Jade. No, it looks like it. Definitely looks like it.
It's definitely aftermarket. I'll tell you that much.
This guy doesn't know Millennium Jade. Most famous Nissan
Rhino,
GDR color.
Because when we got it, it smelled like mint, and we used to call it the Rhino because it's like this little tough guy.
Yeah.
And then we ended up actually getting black Rhino wheels for it accidentally.
Perfect.
So we're like, Spearmint Rhino.
I like it. So this, you should probably explain, this isn't something very common at all in the States. I mean,
yes,
these are common in Australia. Yes.
Yeah, you guys have seen these.
GQ Shorty.
These do not exist in the United States. They just don't. Yeah. And so we imported this, one of the JDM importers, and so it's right-hand drive. They do make them in left-hand drive as well, but the right-hand was cool. So we got that, and we basically just ran it stock for a while, just threw on wheels and tires, and just like kind of mobbed it around, fun little rig. And so now we're actually
a really clean stock setup. Yeah,
yep.
I've seen a little bit of it.
Stripping it down to well, they did a panel conversion on it, which is kind of weird. You know, they filled in the rear window. Yeah. So that was a little odd.
Why not?
But it looks cool. So we're actually going to be building this one.
Yeah.
So, and then what else? My 240 was my old practice car out at E-Town. Now is becoming Jackson's Pro-Am car.
Yeah, we didn't say it.
Slowly but surely. I need to get this thing back.
Jackson's your OG mechanic, is that right?
Yeah. Jackson's my main mechanic. He wanted to do some Pro-Am events, so we had this car out here. We were building him a chassis. We're building another new Z chassis, so we're going to have 3 of them now. 4 including the street car. But until that one was done, I said that he could rip this one at the Pro-Ams. And so he podiumed his first event, went all the way to the finals. And yeah, this is just
very good.
You know, it's 350 wheel horsepower, so it's a little ripper.
I kind of forget, but I forget because it's Drift Alliance. That's the OG crew. Is that right?
Yeah. Yvonne, Tony Angelo, and
it's a cool story because I guess all you guys. Did you grow up there, or what's the go?
Basically,
I grew up Vaughn,
grew up in Pennsylvania.
Ryan, Denofa, like all the OGs.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, I know. Me and Denofa actually have the same birthday. We're from the same town. And so back in like 03, me, Tony, and a couple other guys, we started the first organized events on the East Coast called, at the time it was called DGTA. Now it's called, which was Drift and Gymkhana Trials Association.
Oh god,
Right?
that's the name of that.
Oh yeah, that's the whole name. Yeah. So then it just turned into Club Loose, which
Yeah.
still exists today. It's the longest running drift events in the country.
Sure.
And so when we threw that first event, we made a little video, threw it up on the internet, and we're like, you guys should come out. You know, just obviously blanketed to everyone on the forums and such.
Yep.
And then Vaughn saw that video and Ryan Turk saw that video.
Okay.
So they came out to that first event, that's how we met.
That's cool to have like the backstory, where it began and where you are now. Mm-hmm. Oh, more secrets.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of secrets. But yeah, what is that? Oh, it's under a cover.
What is it?
Yeah, Gold Leader. So
what?
Which is my Datsun.
Gold leader?
Yeah, I call it Gold Leader. It's my 280Z, which is a 1975 280Z. It's got G-nose front end, the wide body, and all that.
Seen some of that build at some point.
This is my Nissan Titan, so this is my like long travel chase truck for the team. It's also like my daily. Absolutely love this thing.
These are all things that we did not get, like the Altima, what was the other one? The Frontier.
The front, but yeah, so this one, it's got a pretty similar suspension to what's on the race truck, no cage, full interior and everything else. And so yeah, long travel front, long travel rear.
Looks like trophy truck spec right now, the chop front bar and all
I
that.
wouldn't say that. Trophy truck is pretty sick, but it does have, you know, full bed cage, shocks through the bed.
It's definitely getting there.
Yeah, it's
The
on its
spare
way.
wheel.
Yeah, you call it a pre-runner.
Pre-runner.
That would be the
That's one.
appropriate term.
Yeah.
Back in the front.
So what motor's in these?
Here we are. This one is a Nissan Titan V8 5.6 liter.
5.6.
Yep, and we got a supercharger for it.
Is that the same motor that's in like, actually no.
The Infinity.
Okay.
That Infinity that I have.
Okay.
Yeah. See me missing my own door handle for a minute?
Too many cars now.
Yeah.
I'm losing it.
Yeah. So the Infinity, it's on its way back. That's the other car we're taking out to Grid Life.
Ah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
G35, yeah.
M35.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Alright,
W
we'll
terms.
close it out there. It was a solid shop tour.
Yeah, man.
We've smashed out 45 minutes. I'm sure we're going to cut that down, but
Couple freaking rigs.
good shop tour.
Yeah.
I appreciate
cool.
it. And
Yeah,
thanks
no
for
problem,
letting
man.
me